Okay.
Okay, there we go. Good evening, everyone, once again, and welcome to Resilient Journeys. We're so excited that you're here. Okay, so let me just drink my tea for a second because I get really excited every time we have these Resilient Journey series. So I have to just take a quick sip, right? Okay, I'm back. So once again, welcome as we're entering the holiday season, right? We're gonna take more time to learn about Charting Our Life course. And the tool that we'll be using this evening is the one-page person-centered description. I don't know if you guys ever have challenges around, dealing with family and friends around the holiday season, if you are neurodivergent or not, if you're typical adult or working with a young adult, a child that has some sensory and processing issues, not issues, but, difficulties, right? The one pager we will be sharing this evening will give you an opportunity to learn some different strategies and ways that two of my panelists have been able to use the one pager for themselves and their family that they've worked with it, and even maybe just had time together with their own interconnected family versus, their overall family. And when I say that, I mean like for Lady Extreme, she may just be hanging out with her immediate family, her husband, her children, and that's her connection. Then we have Krishana, and she may say, hey, I want to expand out to my additional family. In addition to my twins and my daughter, my husband, we're going to venture out and hang out with some additional family members. So they'll be able to share their stories on the one pager. But before I continue, once again, let me tell you, thanks for coming. We are going to have a powerhouse time. Let me skip to the next one quick. If you don't know, now you know. I'm Brandy Muhammad, and I'm information specialist with the Ohio Coalition for the Education of Children with Disabilities. Also, I'm an ambassador for Charting the Life course, which means I have some information, not all of it, not all the information that others have, but I have a lot of information around the tools, the principles, and of course, the framework for Charting the Life course. Because of my super dope friend over there, Celia, I don't know if you can see her on the screen or not. Um, we had a conversation some months ago about Black and Brown moms and families and how we can get more connected. I made a proposal and she was like, let's go for it. Let's pass it to Tracy. And Tracy is the project manager for the Family Resource Network of Ohio. And she said yes. And so, because of these individuals and also others, including Erica and additional members, we have continued and are still working with our resiliency journey every month. We are going to continue through July, maybe the rest of our lives. We never know, but let's just keep going. All right. I'm once again contracted with the Family Resource Network of Ohio. Feel free to check out that website, frnohio.org. That's where you'll find a lot of the resources, the framework, the tools, the principles around charting the life course. You also see videos and learn about those tools that you'll hear today, and also some of the past tools. You'll also be able to hear from others. Barb is on there, also Celia is on there sharing stories. There's places that you can ask questions. There's lots of information on the Family Resource Network of Ohio. So don't not do it. Check it out when you have opportunity. And if you don't know, we also have a Facebook page. Yeah, I say it all the time. We're past the age of 21, so we still have Facebook. And so the Family Resource Network of Ohio has a Facebook page as well. So please feel free to jump on, check those out. There's stories of impact, there's testimonials, and more. Now, if you've been to any of the Resilient Journey series, you know many times I talk, I share my panelists, they present, and then we just go down and continue. Today is a little different. So if you are ready, if you could just put your finger up or just put like a one in the chat. And if Celia or Erica, if you could just let me know if any of those individuals have put a one in the chat, we can move on because we're taking action today. I hope you're ready. Just hit the number one. I'll patiently wait.
All right. Krista's giving you the number one on her camera.
Okay.
I know our panelists are ready.
Yeah.
Jean, you ready? Yep. Jean nodded her head. So we're just waiting to hear from Wade and Jamie. Hopefully they'll give us some sort of symbol that they're here. Oh, there's Itara. Yay.
Yay.
All right, Itara. We're going to do something different. I'm going to let Brandy tell you.
Just throw your number one up if you're ready. If you're ready to continue, yes. All right, Jamie, I'm here.
Hey, Jamie says she's here. Thank you, Jamie. Just let us know you're here and listen, and we'll get going.
And if you happen to have the opportunity and you feel comfortable enough to share your beautiful faces on the screen, please feel free. You know, as sisters and friends, we love to see each other's faces, right? We love to see the smiles or the looks like what the heck just happened. So then we can continue with our intimate conversations. If you don't want to at this moment share your beautiful face, it's okay. If you're like, you know, only have a few clothes on, it's okay, right? You can throw something on, but just know that we are here and we're ready, okay? Thank you so much, Ms. Jean. So as you can see, turn your camera on if you're comfortable, if you're willing to, great. If not, it's okay. What I would ask everybody to do, and this is how it's going to go, right? So I'm going to call on somebody. For example, Christine. I'll call on Christine. Christine, if you could repeat your name for us, and then one thing about yourself. So for me, I'm Brandy, and I love to bake. Then the next thing I would like you to do is share a word that comes to mind when we're thinking about inclusion during the holidays. So one word for me around the holidays and inclusion is, see, I said one word, but I'm about to have like 5 words. Quality time. You can use more than one word. After I've done my part, I'm gonna pass it on to Christine. The way it goes is if your face is on the screen, please ask that person. But if the person's face isn't on the screen, they might not want to answer, and it's okay. So I did mine. I'm gonna pass it to Christine, and please take it away from here, Christine. I'm
You
sorry,
mean Chris?
Catherine. I said the right name.
Okay, there you go, Catherine.
Mhm. You have to unmute, dear. There you go.
Is that who we're done? Hi, I'm Catherine. I love cats. I just adopted 2 more that I don't need. And I love Pilates. I love how calming it is, and it's my sanctuary.
Awesome.
Oh, and for the holidays, makes me laugh because I always fight with my dad about politics. So my first thought was love and showing love.
Okay. Thank you. Who are you gonna pass it to?
Oh, Celia?
Mhm.
All right. I'm Celia and oh gosh, what do I love to do? I love to work. Apparently, I like to be creative. My favorite part, I love to work when I'm creating presentations. I love to work or play when I'm doing artwork and crafts. So that's kind of my thing. And one word for the holidays would be connection. And I will pick Krista.
I'm Krista. I love watercoloring and Zentangle, a type of drawing these days. And for the holidays, I look forward to making it work for my daughter. Finding, I guess, exploring, finding ways that she can do things that she usually can't handle. So that's not one word, I know, I'm so
Okay.
sorry, but
That's okay.
that's how I see it.
We appreciate that.
Karen?
Yes, hello. I'm sorry. Took me a little while to download. I'm not used to my personal computer.
Okay, you're here.
I'm here. Thank you.
Yes.
And I've just seen that whoops, something happened. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? You guys still there?
We're
We
here.
can hear you.
Okay, good. Oh, there. The screen disappeared. Okay. Call your name, share your name and one thing about yourself. So biggest thing about me is that so I'm Karen and I retired Friday.
Yay! Congratulations.
Yes, I'm let's see, founding member of Autism and We, and maybe there are some of our board here from Autism and We on the call.
They are.
Oh, I see Krishana, Celia, I see
Anita's
Jean.
there.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, thank you. So, and I worked with children with autism and developmental disabilities as a nurse practitioner and a researcher at Cincinnati Children's.
Awesome.
That's
And then
about me.
last thing before we move you to the next person, if you could tell us one word or a couple words that come to mind when you think of inclusion during the holiday season.
Oh, inclusion. Oh, um, You know what I think of inclusion during the Black community? Okay, 2 words,
Okay.
Black community,
You said Black community?
Black community
Okay.
is always inclusive, always welcoming. I have felt so welcome in that space.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And can you pass it on to, are you able to read the chat?
Sure. Let me get there. Sure.
Just jump over to Monica, because Monica put hers in the chat.
Okay. Your turn, Monica.
Well, she can't talk, but she
Okay.
She wants you to
put it in
read
the
it.
chat for you.
All
Can
right.
you read
I'm
it for
happy
us?
to read it.
Yep.
Here we go. Okay. Got the chat.
Okay.
All right. Monica. So Monica says hello and she's driving. So we appreciate you talking in the chat and not on the screen. She loves to read books and inclusion during the holidays. She thinks of the word grace, giving grace to families as needed.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Karen. And who's next? Do you see someone else on the screen that we haven't said hi to yet? If not, I can do Anita. Anita.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm driving, but I'm fine.
Okay. All right. That's okay. Would you mind just reintroducing yourself and tell us something about yourself? We'll start there.
I'm Anita Walton,
Mhm.
and I am one of the founders of Autism and We.
Okay.
I am the mom of Walia, who has Asperger's, and Psalms. I am the Nini. She is 23. And my hobbies are probably the same as my vocation at this point, avocation and people.
Got it.
So I do counseling, I pastor, I, of course, run around with all of the Autism and We things that I can. And
Yeah.
if I find some empty time, Psalms figures out how to fill it up.
Okay. Love that. Thank you. And I believe we have Miss Jean next. I'll throw it over to Miss Jean. Are you able to unmute?
I am, yes.
Ma'am.
Hello, everybody. I am Jean Anthony. I am also a founding member of Autism and We. And when I think about the holidays, I think of 2 interesting words, chaos and peace.
Okay.
Ah, like that.
Chaos and peace. Okay. And then before we let you go, tell us one thing about yourself.
I love to read.
Love to read.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody. I haven't got to my panelists, so they'll have an opportunity to share, of course, more information about the one pager, but then also they can answer the question as well. Did I get everybody in it besides Krishana and Lady Extreme? Erica, I think I didn't forget you. She tried not to answer. Erica, it's your turn.
Thank you for thinking of me, Brandy.
You're absolutely welcome.
Appreciate it. So, as I've been called, I'm Erica, I suppose. That's what they call me by. What I like to do, I'm pretty basic like you guys. Well, I'm not saying you're basic, so I apologize, but I do like baking, cooking, especially during the holidays. I guess you would count that as inclusion too, getting together and cooking all those wonderful desserts for Christmas. So, that's really inclusive. So, and then I'll just reverse it back to what I like. Well, I also like reading a lot of books on Kindle. So I guess that's the thing. And yeah, hanging out with friends, I guess. So yeah, thank you. And my name's Erica, in case you didn't know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Erica. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate that. I know it's a little different than what we've done before, but I just feels like it's an awesome opportunity since we've been doing it for several months for everybody just to get a chance to, just share a little bit more about yourself. So I appreciate you jumping on camera and just talking just briefly. Before I go, there was one last person. Jamie, are you still on? Are you able to, even if you can't show your face, are you able to answer the question? Is she still there?
She's on. She's still here. There she is.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I'm in the middle of making dinner.
It's okay.
What was the question? So my name is Jamie Jackson. One thing about myself is like I like to spend time with family and friends. And a word that comes to mind that when I think of inclusion is, um, let's see, for the holidays, um, being inclusive to all different types of holidays, not just like the ones we're used to. Including like Indigenous Peoples Day, uh, Kwanzaa, Ramadan, Hanukkah, um, the winter solstice, just being inclusive to all different types of holidays and celebrations as the year ends.
Thank you. And then last thing, something about yourself. What do you love to do?
Oh yes, spending time with family and friends. I would
Oh,
also
that's
say maybe writing and helping others to bring their ideas to life.
Thank you so much. And I did skip Krishana. No, Itara. I'm sorry, Itara. Are you able to answer too? I don't see your face, but I didn't know if you wanted to answer as well.
Yes, I can answer.
Okay, yes, please.
So my name is Itara, and when I think about the holidays, and when it comes to word inclusion, I think about accessibility. Um, and accessibility, whether that's like with being sensory or food or where it's just a space that our family or our loved ones can just exist. So yeah, accessibility. And then something about myself. Well, if my son was here standing next to me, he would tell you, because
Yeah.
that's even telling everybody that he see that needs to know apparently that my birthday is at the end of the month and that I am turning 33. That's literally been his script. So I guess that's what I should probably share because he's letting everybody know.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing. Was there anybody else that I missed, or I got everybody right? I believe so. Just double check. Yeah, bam, bam, bam. And I totally would be remiss if I did not let you guys know that the second to the last young lady that spoke is my awesome, amazing oldest daughter, Jamie. And so that's why I asked her twice because she's my angel, right? She's the one who made me a mom. Okay, but we won't continue on with that point. But I just wanted to let y'all know that's why I was picking on her. But thank you all very much for taking the time out to share that information. I really appreciate it. Now we're going to jump on over and have a conversation, just a little snippet conversation as it relates to, yep, you're welcome, Jamie, the one-page person-centered description. And as you can see on the screen, you have the first bubble, right? And it talks about, or first column, I should say, what people like and admire about you. And before I begin, I just want to share, when we're talking about the different tools, the Charting Your Life course tools, and also the principles, the tools, this particular tool we're using is for a reason. Each tool is used for a reason and for a purpose. So when we talk about the one pager, the one pager can be used for, if you're examples of going to meet somebody for the first time, if you're sharing this information, like if, for as an adult, for myself, I could use a one pager going to a new doctor or new dentist and sharing a little bit about myself. And or as the ladies are going to present tonight, holiday season, what that looks like for them. Once again, they're share their different versions of their stories because everybody has different stories and why they're using their one pager. Other times, if you're helping support a family member, you know, your child or young adult person, maybe you want to present that one pager to the team. And so maybe my 14-year-old, when she was 14, she might not have wanted to share at an IEP meeting and etc. But if we had that one page person-centered description, she could just present that as her communication device for people to know a little bit more about her. So the one pager is used as like an introduction. So once again, we have what people like and admire about you. You can share I am statements, or you could just say, hey, I'm friendly, fun, outgoing, loving, caring. I mean, that's some simple examples for me, right? You'll see from Krishana and also Lady Extreme, their understanding of what people like and admire about them. On the right-hand side, that's a place you could put a picture of yourself or the person that you're supporting as well. As you can see, when I shared, when you all saw the flyer, you saw the individuals who are going to be my panelists this evening, right? And so those pictures are impactful, just like when you do the one pager, because you can kind of maybe possibly relate to that individual, right? You can learn about them just from seeing their picture, maybe their background, and a little bit more information about them. So then you can have more of a relationship when you actually see or connect or talk to them. That's why we have the option to have the picture, in my opinion. Okay, what's important to me? What's important to me? That place right there, that's when you really share what's important or who's important to you. So when I asked my daughter, the oldest, what's important to you? She said family. If she was doing a one pager for somebody that she hasn't met yet, I would ask her more details, like who is your family, right? Your chosen or your biological family. Because we realize, and I mean, in life, we realize that everybody, not always just your family, your blood family, but you also have chosen family. I always give the example when I was growing up, my mom always used to have me call people aunt or uncle, right? Miss or Mr. And so yesterday we were at an event. I'll talk really quick. We were at an event yesterday and Celia was there. And so was Krishana and Lady Extreme. And so my youngest daughter, Yasmin, was there with me. And I said, Krishana, what do you want her to call you? And she was like, you can call me Miss Krishana or Miss Chris, or you don't have to call me Miss Harper, right? Because we realize and culturally, we have to have a hook, whatever that is. It could be Aunt Krishana, it could be Aunt Nicole, it could be Miss, or if it's a guy, Mr. or Uncle or whatever, but you cannot call that person by their first name. My oldest daughter still asking me today because I'm like, baby, just because she's 10 years older don't mean you don't call her by Mr. or Mrs. or Aunt or Uncle. Got it? All right. Moving on to how to best support me. They'll be able to give examples of how to best support them. And so I really won't go too far in depth, but we'll actually be able to get copies of these. Erica will put it in the chat, and then I'll also send it out to you as well on your email. So let me stop talking. Let me introduce my panelists. Just a little bit snippets of information about each person, starting with Lady Extreme Nicole. So Lady Extreme Nicole, I say she's a powerhouse, right? She's passionate. She has faith. She's a visionary, right? If you don't know, she does the All Disabilities Fest for Columbus, Ohio. She does it twice a year in July, and she does a fall fest as well. She also has a comedy show every month, a gospel comedy. So you're gonna be hearing people cussing, all that stuff out. It's all good. It's fun, and you will love it. She could tell you when that is. She has a variety of things that she does, but most importantly, she is a wife. Most importantly, she's a mom. She's my sister, and she's my friend. I can read all the other information about her, but I'm just telling you, she's super dope amazing. Next, beside her is my new friend, sister friend, Krishana. And Krishana, she gave me a little bit of information about herself. In addition to her being a passionate advocate, also a mother of 5, including twins. As we learned yesterday, she was on a panel, twin A and twin B, on different parts of the spectrum, but both still amazing. She also has a daughter who's not ballet met, but she's within a black, and I'm sorry if I'm messing it up, but she's also in all black
Dance Theater
Krishana,
of Harlem.
yes, say it again.
Dance Theater of Harlem.
Thank you. Yes, Dance Theater of Harlem, right? And then she has some additional children. I don't know about those other 2, but we're going to learn possibly at some point. Let me tell you, she does a lot. She shares a lot. She's very inclusive. She's always willing to help others learn and grow and be prosperous as well. She's also a trauma-informed and patient care advocate. In addition to that, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to let Krishana jump on and share about her Joe. And I believe that is twin A. And then we'll jump over to Lady Extreme Nicole and she can share her one pager. But before I do, let me just add this. With the one pager, as you saw, that little cheat sheet I gave you that you saw earlier, with the one pagers, you can create it just the way it is here. So for Krishana, she has hers in a like Word document. When you seen a couple months ago, Itara also did it, and she had hers in a Word document. You can create it however you like. You have the information. You can change up the words a little bit if you choose or not. But the beautiful thing is it's your one pager. You're sharing it with somebody new. You're giving somebody an opportunity to learn a little bit more about you or the person that you're supporting. Right now, we're going to talk about the holiday season, and Krishana will tell her story and what that looks like, being invited and disinvited. And I'm going to stop talking. Krishana, we'll give it to you.
Thanks, Brandy. As Brandy said, I'm Krishana Harper. I'm the mom of 5. She told you about my youngest 3, but I have 2 older kids. My oldest, 35, he's the dad and husband. He has 3 kids, and he's a biologist, and analyst for the University of Dayton. My oldest daughter, she actually, I say human rights activist. She is about to start law school, but she works for a nonprofit organization where she runs their finance and their operations department. They do a lot of political campaigning and backing for different candidates. So that's about my oldest. As Brandy said, I do a lot of advocacy work in the community. I am a member of Autism and We. I was blessed to find that organization 2 years after they started. So it's been a joy being co-chair with Miss Anita Walton. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey with using the person-centered description, the one pager, if you want to call it that. My story is one that I don't know if many of you may be able to kind of say, you know what, I know what that feels like. So I'm going to share stories about how our family experienced this deep trauma when my son was uninvited to our family Christmas gathering. We were excluded. This is something we go to every year. And I received a call from a family member, a very close family member. And they said 2 days before the event, they told me, yeah, we need you to leave Joe at home. As you can imagine, this was very painful. But more importantly, I think it was a wake-up call. Exclusion hurts, no matter where it comes from, it hurts. And when it comes from people we expect to embrace us, our family, our loved ones, these are the people that are supposed to accept us in any situation. That really hurt. It reminded me that what happens to families in the school systems, in healthcare, in the community, but you don't expect it to happen in your own family. So in order to address this, I wanted to make sure that this didn't continue because we have more holidays to experience. And I didn't want Joe to not be a part of his community, which is the most important thing for me, for him to be a part of his community, to enjoy the things that we enjoy, to enjoy the things that his siblings enjoy. And at the end of the day, when he was excluded, that didn't just hurt Joe, it hurt me, it hurt his siblings, it hurt the entire family, his dad. So they took it personally. None of them decided to go. So it did affect a lot of us. So what did I do? I said, we have to address this. So I am a Charting a Life course ambassador. I have been, and Celia can help me out. I've been using Charting a Life course for at least, I want to say over 5 years. I think that's about right, 5 years. Celia's telling me, I think, okay. So I think it's been 5 years or more. So using, I said, what tool am I going to use? Because I've used all the tools. Oh, 2018. Thank you, Celia. I knew you would know. 2018. So I wanted to figure out which tool to use. I decided to use the person-centered description. Like I said, the one pager. I did not, as I said, I didn't want these cases of trauma to accumulate. I didn't want to continue to experience that. I didn't want this to be a trend. So I took out my person-centered description, and it helped us shift from a family that excluded us. So, and it allowed people to see Joe for who he truly is. And I nicknamed him Joe Twin A. That's what I do when we go into the panels. But the person-centered description allowed for people to see Joe. I don't just use this. I didn't just use this in family. It's the first time I used it with the family situation, but I use it all the time. I use it in schools. I use it for healthcare, and I use it for different reasons when it comes to Joe. Even when we were looking for a job, I used it for that. So let me share his person-centered description with you. So how can I allow my family to get to really, really understand their family member? So what people like and admire about me. Joe has the biggest smile, as you can see on this picture. That's Joe 24/7. And as I found out, that's him 3 and 4 and 5 in the morning as well. And so he has an amazing way of communicating through his talker. And I shared this in the way that Joe is sharing this with the family. He's saying this because his voice is important. And that is a goal of mine. You'll always hear me say, his voice is the voice that matters and it's the most important. So I allowed people to read this, and I even expressed it to them. And he talks about what's important to him, what people like and admire about him, what's important to him, and how to best support him. So every family deserves to feel seen and supported. Joe deserved to feel seen and supported. And we want to be mindful, we can prevent the trauma that we usually experience in these systems and in families by using a tool like person-centered description. Our story, it's kind of hard because it's very triggering for me, this story, because it was so hurtful, but it was the best example I can use of how we survive the holidays. Because since sharing this with the family, Joe has been to every event. He has been very well supported. It allowed my family to see him in a different light and not just see him in crisis or hear about a crisis. It allowed them to really get to enjoy who Joe really is as a person, because he has a great, beautiful, energetic personality. And it's wild because I didn't think that I had to tell my family how to support my child or how to love him. But, I guess everyone needs some guidance here and there. So one thing I did want to point out, because these are some of the triggers, be mindful to just be honest and not just tell people, what's important, but give them solutions. I found that how to best support me was the game changer for the family. For example, give me time to use my talker and remind me gently, use your talker, please. Because Joe will get in a space and he'll point and he'll say, mom, mama, all day. And so you have to tell him to use his talker. And I also explained to them, if I put my fingers in my ears, I'm calming myself. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm not upset. I'm just calming myself because there's a big crowd of family. And let me tell you, when my family gets together, it's a zoo. It's a zoo. We have a lot of family members. We're a big family. I'm one of 5, and I have 5 kids. My sister has 3. My brother has 2. So it's a lot of family members. So, you might see Joe put his fingers in his ears. Having fun with people who I'm sorry, let me go back down here. Celebrate my happy sounds. They mean I'm having fun. That was so important because Joe can get a little loud and he can jump up and down. And when people see this 263-pound young man jump up and down, they're like, oh my goodness, what is about to happen? But he's a big teddy bear. I nicknamed him the quiet giant. He is. Yeah, we have some moments, but guess what? Who doesn't get upset from time to time? So just being able to share a lot about Joe, it allowed my family to navigate all the supports that Joe would need and all the special things that Joe is known for and people appreciate him for. Yeah, my story, yeah, it's a painful story, but it fuels my commitment to building communities so that no one is left out, especially those who need to belong. And our kids need to belong. They have to belong. And this is one way. It's not the only way, but it's one tool that I use with Charting a Life course that is simple, easy, and gets the point across. And when I hand this to my family, no one can say, I didn't know. But at the end of the day, I look at this and I understand everyone's human, but this tool allowed us to be resilient. And I'll leave you with this. Resilience is not about bouncing back. It's about growing through what we go through. And we were able to grow through this.
Well, thank you, Krishana. I appreciate you. I do have a question or two, but I will wait until the end. Let me just give you my little happy. Did you see it? Bam. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Up next, we have Lady Extreme Nicole, and she will be able to share her one pager as well. Are you there?
I am here. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, I first of all, I just love the fact that Krishana, which she shared the cute little picture. This one I really kind of wanted to turn kind of a personal way. I've shared a lot my journey with my family, and so this is me at an event, of course, and I'm a genuine person. I love to light up a space and bring happiness. That's just my natural personality. One of the things I could say during the holidays, I'm very intentional when it comes down to my son, allowing him to kind of help me learn how to communicate. And so our thing, the reason why I got Christmas, because Christmas is a big deal at our house. The moment we're done with Thanksgiving, you go to sleep, you wake up, my son has completely decorated the house and all the Christmas stuff. He put up the tree, put up the lights, so it's completely done, which is something near and dear to my heart. And this time I decided to kind of focus in on me and my appreciation for the holidays and what it looks like. I try to be creative with my entire family. When the season, gets overwhelming, I try to keep moving forward. I'm a person that I have a lot of tenacity and I believe in moving forward, just to keep the temperature of the room kind of good. Because it seems like when you're a mom, if mom's not right, the whole house is messed up. So that's just natural. So I use a lot of sense of humor. And that's, one of the things that people probably like and admire about me, that I try to reset, regroup in a way, whereas no matter what I go through throughout the year. And with my special genius son and my other kids, I try to give everybody their special moment. But then for me, I usually try to take time out for myself, very rarely. But I do try to be intentional. I try to, what's important to me is to have peaceful moments where I can breathe, relax, and feel grounded. That's why I'm sitting in my car, because I feel I'm relaxed, I'm grounded, there's nothing going on. I try to protect my mental health at all costs. So there's times where I will get away, and I usually take mini-me opportunities. So the things that I do is, for instance, if I can get 5 minutes, 15 minutes, if I can get an hour, sometimes if I can get a day, I appreciate those mini-me moments from a perspective that it's just like a staycation. I try to take as much as I can, as often as I can, to keep my mental health, together, especially when you're talking about during the holiday season, because a lot of my family depend on me to keep the house happy, go, go, go. The other thing is I enjoy the holidays at my own pace. Sometimes we set up, so I don't rush to do things. I don't rush to tear things down or whatever. I allow my son to be able to showcase. He loves Christmas. I let him take care of that. Him and his sister decorate the outside and the inside, and we have a good time with that. I ask him what colors you want for this year. We do go shopping and things of that nature. And that's kind of what's important to me. And I'm finding now that the older I get, the more I am falling. The self-person page thing is helping me to help others how to help me. And that's how to best support me. Respect my boundaries sometimes. When I need to take time to myself, my family knows. When I go to the car, I'm either taking care of business on the Zoom, or I just need a moment where I just need to, I'll be back in and we'll dive in and we'll have a good time. I like to communicate with kindness. That's one of the things that's near and dear to me. And I try to respond, with clarity, for my family. So I try to stay as calm as possible. When I find myself that I'm getting overwhelmed, I usually joke with my family, but I disappear to a room so I can kind of take a deep breath. You know, I'll say something funny, my family's falling out laughing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to kill everybody. You know, so I try to, so people, they have no idea about that because they're like, oh mom, you're so funny, but it allows me to keep the temperature of the house where no one knows when I'm having challenges, because I noticed that with my household, my family, they catch on it quick, and my son especially, my son is very sensitive to my how I am. So especially during the holiday seasons, I'm always try to be as upbeat as possible. You know, another way a person can support me is celebrate and acknowledge my efforts, my growth, and my need for rest. And so I have people like Brandy who's like, did you go rest by? Okay, go to the car, do something. And so you keep people around you to remind you that you don't have to be Superwoman, because I promise you, I try to be the Avengers in every case of the matter. I believe in all the superheroes I try to embody and just try to make happen. And sometimes it's okay to have a moment where you're like, okay, you know what? I can't be strong for everybody. I need to be strong for myself, and I need to take a time for myself. So the holidays is really a great time for us. Just like, you know, Krishana said, she talked about how her family, initially, autism was very new to me. I never knew what autism was when my son got the diagnosis, and there was nobody in my family who had a child with autism. And my parents would say, you know, just beat it out of him. And, you know, and so it's just like, he just needs to be, you know, he needs to be whooped or whatever so you can get. And it was just, he was a screamer. And I said, well, something else is going on with him. I don't know why he screams all the time, but it was just teaching my family is one of the things that has helped me help them understand this new word called autism. It wasn't a word that I grew up with. It wasn't something that was normal, and I found a way to normalize it. And just like Brandy said, that's why I created a festival. Sometimes people have no idea about resources or information or how to explain or how to handle or understand what they're going through with their loved ones. But this is an awesome opportunity for people not only to know about you, but to know about your family, to know what supports you, know what helps you. And that's why this tool is necessary, because when you can't speak, the tool speaks for you. And that's the thing I love about this, that when somebody says, okay, how can I help Nicole? Hey, here it is. How can I help her family? Hey, here it is. And so I just want to encourage everybody on this call. You know, you guys are working in a phenomenal space. You're so appreciated, and understand that people genuinely depend on you, but love on yourself as much as possible, and take the small moments that you can to know that you're making a difference, you're doing something great, especially during this holiday season where we don't know what temperature we're going to be in, but know that what you all doing is appreciated. So thank you, Brandy, and thank you, everyone, for having me. And if you have any questions, I'm an open book. Ask anything you want.
Awesome. Thank you. Let me just ask you a quick question, Lady Extreme, and then I'll also ask you, Krishana, a question. And then while I'm asking those two questions, if you all have questions that you would like to ask these ladies, please put it in the chat, because we have time for that. And we also have another activity. So get yourself ready. All right. It's going up. It's going to be a continued amazing Resilient Journey series. We got 14 minutes left. So let me ask you this question really quick. I want to know, when you wrote your one-page person-centered description, were there any common barriers or any barriers that you ran into that you had to overcome in order to create this for yourself? And this is for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, did you want me to go first, or Krishana,
yes, that's
you
your
want to go
question.
first?
Yep, I have a different
question for her. I wrote 3 different ones because I'm one that focusing on me is probably one of the most difficult things to do, especially when because I have, real quick, and I have two special needs sons. Let me tell you what I mean. My youngest son is in college and he's 15, so he's super intelligent. So you have a college kid, and then you have an autistic kid who helped my youngest son become a college kid. So operating ambidextrously, sometimes I was so busy focusing on doing not focusing on myself, but Brandy, you know, I was so busy like, well, my family, what about them? And a lot of times breathing and appreciating and loving upon yourself is something that parents with adults or children with disabilities, or if they have a disability themselves, they don't. They worry about a lot of things and worry about the future and worry about other things. And this was difficult for me because it was like, okay, she said, ask for me to talk about what my holiday needs to look like. And that was hard. It's not usually hard for me to talk or do stuff. Y'all can tell that. But this was very difficult because I had to, like, me? Well, what I count? What, because I can talk about my son all day long and about how great he is. But when it was time for me to talk about me, it was very challenging. So I'm going to turn it over to my sister, Lady Harper. I mean, you got the floor, sis.
And Krishana, so you can answer that question. I also have another question to ask you, but go ahead.
Oh, my fault, Brandy.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so you said barriers to doing the one pager. Well, just like Lady Extreme, I have a million and one of these. So it's just like staying focused on that one issue. So I use the person-centered description to really, really talk about different settings, if that makes sense. So just really focusing on how that particular time, just Christmas, that event, what I want from that, and what I want this to the end game to be from that. So just because I use it in so many different spaces, I think my biggest thing was just focusing and keeping my mind, say, Krishana, stay on Christmas, stay on that day. So that was it for me.
Thank you. And then my second part of that question for you was, how do you keep the description, the one-page person-centered description, relevant and updated for Joe's journey as he evolves?
Oh, wow. So honestly, this changes. It could change every month. It could change every year. I definitely update it every year, given whatever Joe is experiencing, because we don't stay the same. Right. We grow and we have different interests. And so, and with Joe, his interest changes probably every 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So, we got to keep that updated. He could like playing with putty 1 minute, and then the next minute it's like, nope, that doesn't work with me. I want to shake this sensory bottle. And so just making sure that I'm paying attention to him, so I know his likes and dislikes and how we can support him differently, because as he grows, he gains more skills. And so there's different ways that I need to support him, and everyone else needs to support him. So it looks different. So it's important for me to continue to stay updated on that. So I just watch that, I gauge it. And like I said, I use all of the Charting a Life course tools. So I pair it up with the trajectory and everything. And I know we're not talking about that, but I'm usually, once I do one thing, I do another for that situation. So also did this for work, because he's just starting his work journey, assessing what he can do in the work world. So we have that for that as well, that I made up for the job coach. So it's different ways. It's different, I just base it upon what we need at that moment.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And as promised, is there anybody who has a question? If you want to come off mute, you can. I'll take like a half a moment to see if anybody has any questions for our guest, our panelist, Krishana and or Lady Extreme Nicole, before we continue. No?
Question.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you
include your face on the screen? So yeah.
Okay, no worries. How do you include your loved one in the conversation when filling out the tool? And I know, Lady Extreme Nicole, you did it for you this time, but when you do a one page, how do you include them in the conversation so that they're part of it?
So with my son, I'm very intentional about his voice and him speaking. So I ask questions of him, and actually everybody in my family. I try to give my family equal time. So I give my daughter, my sons, as much equal time as I can. So when it comes down to this course, I was really trying to be intentional about how I keep the temperature of my house during the holidays and with my family and with my friends. Because I try to be intentional about asking my son his opinion, what he likes, what he doesn't like, and you know, what colors, things of that nature, things that he can simply answer. I make it important. I try not to be as complex so that he understands he has a voice in this house, and so everyone in the house knows that he has a voice. Because sometimes when you speak for your children, then your other children speak for, you know, especially when you have an autistic kid. Everybody wants to speak for them, but my intention, since I found out he had autism, I found out he had Asperger at 3, and I found out he had full-blown autism at 5, and I was intentional ever since then. He's 19 now, to ask him. I usually say, do you want this or do you want this, and let him choose. And I've done that all his life, so that everybody, so my family, all of them, my extended family and my core family, don't shut his voice out. So that's why I'm intentional about that, especially during the holidays. Do you want to help me make the macaroni and cheese? Do you want to help me? You know, I ask him that. Pull out the cheeses. So he'll pull out the cheeses. And so those are the things, so he feels included, instead of letting him be in his room on his computer or whatever and exclude him from the entire participation. And then when he comes out, because people, I think parents, especially mothers, we are the, and then I'm going to try to make this quick. I think we are the trendsetters of how the house flows, how our children flows with the special needs son, just how everything. And if we make it like it's not important, we're strong, we don't need anybody's help, then everyone will go into their individual roles and not understand the importance of that family gathering, that family unit, and the fact that he's smarter than you think, and he does have a voice. And that's why I'm very, very intentional about him. So I hope I answered you, Celia. I hope I answered your question, but I try to. I'm a hush because it's at that time. So.
It's okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for your question, and thanks for your answer as well. All right, we're going to move on to our next point. And we might just be 5 minutes over if you guys can hang just about a couple extra minutes. So this is something different. First time doing it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. What I would love for everybody to do is, as you can see in the chat, there's the link. You can click on it, and or you can use your phone, because I see a lot of Gen Y and Gen Zs and maybe possibly Gen Xs in the room. You might have your phone handy just because, right? Just take a picture, and we are going to use this opportunity to write just a single word that describes yourself, up to 3. We will share out, possibly if we have enough time, but if not, I will actually make sure that I send this all to you in a email by next week. And so it won't necessarily say like, hey, this is Jamie, and Jamie says A, B, and C about herself. It'll be the word cloud, and you'll be able to see what that looks like. And the reason why we're doing this is because this is going to be your initial start to your one-page person-centered description, right? So you already have it. It's already in the chat. I also send it once again to you via email, and you'll be able to start that journey to write your one-pager. Now, why would you write the one-pager? Depends on the situation. As you heard from Lady Extreme, you also heard from Krishana, there's different reasons and different ways why you write the one-pager. So just really honing in on why you write it, but then just throw it in the chat. You could throw it in the chat, and or you could take a picture, and we'll just start that word cloud. Erica, are we on? I just want to make sure she's our millennial who knows how to rock this out for us.
Can I share my screen real quick, Brandy?
Please, yeah.
Thank you. Got it. Here we go.
Yes.
So we're getting some major words here. Oops, my bad. Got some stuff going on. So we got our word cloud. People are really throwing some words in, but if you got some more that you want to put in that make our cloud more big and more people, what they admire about you, you can put some more words in, make this cloud big as can be. Yeah. So just keep throwing. If you want to go above and beyond and do three or more,
you can do it. And as you see, like creative and caring is big because lots of people have said those same words. But whatever word you choose to use, it doesn't matter. It's about you and how you feel about yourself and what you want others to know, that you are caring, that you're creative, that you're reliable, you're loyal, you're spiritual, you're motivating, you're positive, you're resilient, you're loving and passionate, energetic. Jamie, you're kind, you're creative, you're determined, also committed. Yes, whatever you want to put in there. Once again, it's anonymous. Nobody's going to know, oh, Erica said this, and this about herself. No, this is a chance to share about yourself, not in a vain way, but in a way to say, hey, I am super dope because I am patient. Thank you, Olivia. I'm super dope because I am helpful. I am super dope because I am reliable. I'll say I'm super dope because I'm responsible. I'm forced to be because I'm an adult, right? I'm a mom of 3 children, or young adults and adults. Okay, fine. Let's continue. Optimistic. So when you get this, when you get your, I get really excited. When you get this word cloud next week, because I'm not going to promise you tomorrow, but when you get it next week, take the time to fill out your 1-page person-centered description. And then you just fill in those gaps, right? Boom, helpful and resourceful. Definitely. I know you. You are definitely that. Positive, faithful. I said motivating. Yes, determined. What else is that? Empathetic, supportive, understanding. And maybe not all the words might relate to you, but some, right? Thank you. Sincere. I love it. I appreciate it. Gorgeous. Well, absolutely. Huh? Let's talk about it because we are strong. Yes. Patient, generous, empathetic. Trying to see if I'm missing some. A listener. Yes. I love that. Okay, let's continue on because we only have a few minutes left. Intentional. Thank you. Keep adding to the word cloud if you like, because once again, we're going to come back and I'm going to have that to you via email really soon. So this is my 1-pager. I haven't filled the first part out, but I'll just share a couple things about myself, what's important to me. It's spending time with my young adults and adults. I still say young adults because my youngest is 20, then we have a 24-year-old son, and our oldest is 30 plus 1. I'm not gonna say she's 31 yet, but she's on, so okay, fine. Also spending time with my best friends, my religion, and just taking time to spend time with God. Things that how to best support me. If you say, Brandy, what's the best way to support you? These are just a few. When I'm meeting new people, nobody give comments. I ask a lot of questions. Yeah, you might be like, Dad, she has a billion questions. I do, because I want to get to know you, because I want to learn about you so I can pass you, share your information with somebody else. For example, I know Krishana loves to advocate for those who have had some different challenges in life, right? And so if I know other people who've had different challenges or trauma, I can pass them along to her. I know the Autism and We founders are amazing. And because that organization exists, I can help bring in more individuals that know about or have children have autism. And I'm like, boom, bringing those connections. So don't kill me when I ask a billion questions. I stop at about 10 when I start seeing people get antsy, but that's just a little bit different ways to help support me, right? Also validate my concerns. Sometimes I have questions or I might have comments. Don't look at me funny because my voice is just as valuable as the next person's voice, right? And so those are just a few things, a few examples. I'll have mine filled out. I hope you do the same. Let's jump over here. Couple more announcements. Upcoming, we have our next Resilience series. That will be December the 11th. You can scan there to register. This one will be from holiday intentions to lifelong resilience. We'll have additional panelists. We'll have Lady Extreme Nicole back. We'll also have Monica McCain. She is on today. She'll be actually our panelist. And then we also have Marbella, I forgot her last name. Marbella will be on as well. And so that'll be December the 11th. Feel free to share. Please pass on the
Hey,
information.
Brandy, you're not sharing the slide for that. I'm sorry. You're not
Say it
sharing
again.
this-
Say it
You're
again.
not sharing the slide.
Oh, I
Can you
stopped
hear me?
sharing. Okay, give me 1 second.
At least I think my bandwidth says it's slow, so I hope I'm not the only one not seeing it.
Okay, can you
Or
see
I'm
it?
glitching out.
Are you able to see it now, Erica?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nobody's seeing it, it looks like.
Okay. Give me 1 second to jump back over. I forgot when I stopped sharing, I have to reshare. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
All right, sweet. Just in case you're visual like I am, Upcoming Resilient Journeys, excuse me, we'll have our next one, which will be December the 11th, same time, 7 to 8 p.m. Scan the code, pass it along to your family, friends, let them know that we're going to be here again. We'll have 3 amazing panelists. Once again, Lady Extreme Nicole, we'll have Monica McCain, and also Marbella will be here to share about holiday intentions and lifelong resilience. As you can see, bam, next one, you got to save the date, right? Save the date for January 8th. So I put 7 to 8-ish because as you see, we're like at 8:02. The 7 to 8-ish is for real because we're going to have an amazing opportunity for our panelists to come together. All of our panelists, hopefully, that have been my panelists thus far will be on the screen. We won't have an opportunity for everybody to, talk, for 10 minutes about, what tool they've used and what experiences they've had. But we'll have a really good conversation, real rich conversation around the tools and the principles and the framework for charting a life course from those individuals that have been on the panel. Also want to honor them and say thank you. Want to honor the Family Resource Network of Ohio to say thank you. Of course, Nye Sanger and all those who have participated, and looking forward what that looks like for our next months that we have. So after January 8th, we'll have our next panel from February to June, and then we'll have something else amazing in hold on. Then July, Lady Extreme will be having her All Disabilities Fest. We will be there, right? The Resilient Journeys will be there. Okay, I'm getting really excited. But then we'll have something else in August. We're just gonna keep it going until they tell us we can't. Okay? We don't have no money. We don't matter. We are still here. We're a community and we're going to keep growing and building. So keep these dates in mind. Just remembering we're going to be on the second Tuesday of each month from now on, from 7. I'll just keep it from 7 to 8-ish. Okay? If you don't know, now you're going to know. The Ohio Showcase. It's going up. Yes, Charting a Life course. We're having a showcase. This will be the 10-year anniversary. It's going to be magical. As you can see, we have Cody Clark. Sorry, my little screen is messed up. He's a magician. He's also sharing at the showcase on the second day, but the first day is for beginners. So as you've seen each month, we present a different tool, right? With the first day of the showcase, which will be February the 25th, you'll have an opportunity to learn about each tool more in depth from additional from additional members of the Family Resource Network of Ohio. They'll delve deeper into those tools and the principles, and you'll really be able to understand more about it. You'll be able to bring those tools home, and you're going to have a fabulous time. So please make sure that you sign up, register. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And then the next day, that's the actual showcase. Listen, the Resilient Journeys, we're going up, family, friends. We are sisters. We are going to have an amazing time. So we have to see your beautiful faces in the place because we're going to be on there. We have to, right? So let's just go ahead and project and believe and receive right now, right? That we are going to be one of the, in addition to panel, we're going to be one of the presenters. There it is. Decreeing and declare right now, we're going to be one of the presenters at the Ohio Showcase. Okay, I got it. Okay, I believe I'm done because I get really excited. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not missing anything because our time is almost up. And just like that, we are done. Ladies, I believe it's just all ladies here with us this evening. Thank you all so much. Let me just double check in the chat if there's any last minute comments. Didn't realize I needed this. Thank you so much. Thank you both for sharing. Yes, awesome. Okay, Max sharing the whole family. Yes, they bring their team. Yep. Thank you guys. Listen, big shout out once again. Krishana, I love and appreciate you. Lady Extreme, I love and appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I'm so glad that you came. We're going to continue on with the Resilient Journeys from now until infinity because this information is definitely vital for each of us. It's for everybody. We started for Black and Brown moms and Black and Brown mommies. Everybody's welcome to come. The reason why we did the Black and Brown moms is because I've found and others have found that when we're not always in the room and seen, we might not, let me just talk about myself. I'm not always the one to be like, oh, let me jump on this training or jump on this call. But because of the Family Resource Network of Ohio, they've allowed us the opportunity to be able to share. Everybody can come. Definitely. not present, but everybody can come, absorb, gain the information and tools with us. Yes, May, I will happily send over the PowerPoint presentation, and I'll listen, I need to take a note for myself. I got some things to do. But I will see you guys soon. Next week, you will have the email. I'll send you the PowerPoint. Don't be trying to take my PowerPoint now, though, because me and Erica worked hard to create that. Okay, PowerPoint, going to send it over. Also going to send you guys over the other information that we committed to, which is the one-page person-centered description and the cheat sheet. You'll have that. Have a great night. I won't see you guys until December, but have a fabulous Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving, celebration, whatever you do, or just have a good time spending time with your family. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for
Bye,
coming.
Lady Extreme.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We had new people.
We did. Yes, one of the ladies that are in my in the Lynn program with me, May.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Awesome. She made it. Super dope. Thank you, ladies. We went over a little bit.
Wade, did you need something? I don't know if that's Wade Reyes. Did you need something? Must have stepped away. Okay.
Oh, look at me, all cool. I just removed her, or whoever it was.
There you go.
All
You
right.
good? Did you copy the chat? Because you were like, I have so many things to do.
Oh no, I don't know. How do you do that?
The three dots next to the very top where it says sacred journeys or sacred strength, cultivating resilient journeys.
Yeah, 3 dots.
Click
Got
on the three. On the three
it.
dots.
Save chat. Where's it
And-
saved to?
And at the very top, it says save chat.
Okay, save in folder. Okay. Man, we learn something every day. So I'm just gonna put it in my docs. Where's it gonna save it though?
It probably saves it in your Zoom space, but you can move it.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at me. I'm fancy now. Huh. Erica, don't be laughing. It's not funny over there. Thanks, ladies. I think that's all. Is there anything
I
else?
think that's all.
Yeah.
Y'all
I
good?
think so.
Yeah. Good. Celia, you want to talk to me?
No.
Anything? Okay. Listen, Erica, let me just tell you really fast. I was stressing Celia out, right? Because I just wanted her to do something for me. But I kept calling her like, Celia.
Call me, she texts
Keep
me, and then
calling her.
it's like
She's like,
putting
what?
Celia ... like it's something urgent. I'm like, what's going on? She was like,
Sorry.
I'm thinking about doing this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that really the only reason you needed to talk to me? Because
I was
you're
like,
making me feel like the world's on fire.
I know, and it wasn't. Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys gotta go.
All
I
right.
really appreciate y'all.
I'm gonna end. I'm tired, ladies.
I'm ready for
Let's
dinner.
have dinner.
All right.
Appreciate you
Talk
both.
to you
Have a good night, okay?
Okay.
You too.
Hey,
See
Erica,
ya.
just really quick. I'm going
Yeah.
to send you this list, but there's some blanks on emails because I can't find emails for these people because some of them are the people that are on UMKC's list, but not on ours. So I may have you check to see if any of them are in constant contact anywhere.
Okay. We'll
But I'll
see.
talk to Tracy first before I send it. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank
right.
you. Appreciate you.
Bye. Your hair looks good, Brandy. I like it.
Thanks, babe.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi. You want to